Well,
Um,
we start when I hit record, which I just did, because otherwise we were just gonna keep talking.
I know, right? Oh gosh. Well, this season has definitely been probably one of the more interesting seasons that we've gotten in a really long time. I
This
will
season
say
is so good from start to finish.
that. Yes, it's been very good. It's been very interesting. The diversity of the women has
Mhm.
been phenomenal. I'm a tad bit salty that I wasn't on this season. And that
Oh.
I got.
You were on Clayton season. Welcome back. Let me introduce everybody. We have Sierra from Clayton season Bachelor in Paradise. She is in the house to chat, to give her takes. Obviously you're loving Joey's season, but like, how have you been? What is new?
Oh my gosh. I have been great, but also going through it. So, yeah, I
Oh.
definitely went, like, on the past 6 months, went on, like, a whole spiritual journey, went, um, in and out of a depression, like,
No.
literally, it's just been the most chaotic last 6 months, but the most amazing and healing last 6 months of my life. Such a blessing, and so I've gotten closer, like, relationally to God. I decided to go celibate. I'm not drinking unless it's, like, a really special occasion, but for the most part, not drinking. And just, healthier mind, body, and spirit, and I'm
Love
really
that.
happy
That's
now.
amazing. You look amazing, so I'm really happy to hear. Are you like in Dallas? Where are you at?
I am. I'm still in Dallas, Texas, just for a little bit longer, and then I'll be
Cool.
moving to California. So,
Fun.
yes, we just have a couple more months here, and then, in the summertime, I'll be transitioning, making my way out to Cali.
Are you coming to LA?
I am going to San Francisco, actually. Yeah,
No. Oh my God, what is taking you to San Francisco?
my job.
Okay, okay. That's fun. New beginnings.
Yes, my job, I'm going out there for work, but I mean, also, I'm ready for a change. I'm ready to get out of Dallas. So if I wasn't going to San Francisco, I'd be going somewhere else. I'm
Mhm.
just ready to get out of Dallas. I'm ready for the next stage of my life. I think that there's only so much you can really like grow and do here.
Yeah.
And so your girl's ready to kind of to move on to the next like level and stage of life.
Fun. I actually popped in Dallas for a couple days last year, and I thought in like
Last year.
December, and it was fun. It was just somewhere that like I've always wanted to go that I've never been to. And I was on my way to Florida, so I popped in Dallas and I thought it was cool. It was like a little quiet, maybe like the time of year.
I would raise a
It
family
was
here.
fun. Yeah.
It's like one of
Mhm.
that, like you raise a family here,
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah. I love it. So you're ready for your big move, ready for your big change. Are you single? Can I
I
ask?
am. I
Okay,
am
okay.
single as a Pringle. I did go on a whole like last July, I went on a whole like I decided to go 6 months of no dating. Like not even
Mhm.
entertaining a man, not texting a man, not talking to a man, not doing dating apps. Like I just wanted to not date for 6 months.
Mhm.
And I made it. Woohoo! I think that a lot of times, like as we're healing and growing, we distract ourselves with new attention and things like that. We don't
Mhm.
actually go deep and process things and heal
Mhm.
the parts of us that need to be healed. And then we take that
Yeah.
into other relationships. And that's just really unhealthy. And I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to distract myself with somebody else. Also, it's not fair to do
Yeah.
that to somebody else. And so I wanted to make sure that I was just good, like absolutely good. I wasn't taking anything from any past relationship, from any past anything, whether it be, my ex, Clayton, Michael, any of that stuff. Like,
Mhm.
my very first love, like
Yeah.
my daddy, like, I didn't want to take any, I just wanted to go through and heal
Mhm.
everything. And so that's what I did. And it was hard and it was really dark to face all of that within myself. But it was just the most amazing thing ever, and the fact that, like, my work allowed me to, like, take, because I took, like, 3 months off work, for
Wow.
medical leave, yeah,
Mm,
and the fact that they allowed that and approved that, like, I kid you not, Zach, I had never in my life, okay,
mhm,
because I kind of grew up in a situation where I had to parentify myself very young. So, I had actually never been able to exist, like, without having to worry about how am I gonna pay bills, how am I gonna
mhm,
eat, how am I gonna take care of myself, to be able to just wake up and do whatever it is that I needed to do to take care of myself that day based off of what I wanted to do. Because like, I never realized a lot of the things that I liked I didn't actually like. I liked them because of, like, my time constraints that I had during the day, the way that my schedule was because I had to work or I had, like, a job, with specific hours, so it gave me a lot of time to reflect and be like, "Do I actually like running in the morning? Or do I like running in the morning because that's my only time to run, and
mhm.
because I have to work the rest of the day?" Like, you know what I
Okay.
mean? And I
Yeah.
actually got to go through and be like, "What do I actually like doing? Do I actually like eating at this place, or do I like eating at this place because it's quick and convenient and I'm always in a rush?" But now
Mhm.
that I'm not in a rush anymore, now that I don't have a schedule, I can actually, like, work on healing myself in all these areas too, and just, like, really, like, process a lot of my emotions and, like, mental health and just things like that. I learned so much about myself, and I got to finally exist without
Yeah.
having to survive. Like, I didn't
Yeah.
have to worry about a project that had to be completed
Mhm.
or, working or doing specific tasks every single day. Like, I got to just exist for the first time ever in my entire life for 3 months, and it was the most healing thing because I got to discover who I was and what I actually liked doing, and, um just experiencing, like, it was just amazing.
I I love that. Yeah, it's sometimes if you think, like, you have a lot going on, it's almost like you want to just exist, and then now you're starting to exist, so just see how you like it for a little bit. Like, you might miss the fast-paced life too and be like, "Wow, now I have a lot of time on my hands." So sometimes the grass isn't always greener, but thank you so much for sharing and being vulnerable and giving our listeners an update on all things Sierra. It's been a
Thank
couple
you.
years since you've been on our screen. Y'all remember her from Clayton's season. What do you think was the most viral moment for you during Clayton's season, just to kind of refresh the viewers?
I would say the most, like, viral moment would have to be telling Clayton not to be stupid when I was going home.
Yeah.
I think maybe that would be a big one. I know Women Tell All was a whole mess. That was messy. And then obviously Cassie getting sent home, that whole situation.
So you had 3 big moments from Clayton's season. I think that's the nail on the head that really made you stand out and, you always had your opinion and you always stood by that. And then you went to Bachelor in Paradise. Which experience did you like better, Paradise or Clayton's season?
Oh, paradise, 1,000%. You have a lot more time with everybody. You have a lot more freedom to kinda do your own thing. The food is amazing.
Mhm,
The only thing I didn't like, to be completely honest, was, like, the bugs and the crabs
mhm.
everywhere, but other than that, fine. Like, I definitely really enjoyed Paradise. It was fun. It was really, really fun. Like, I would do it again fun.
'Cause it's like a vacation.
It's work.
Yeah.
It's definitely work, but it's, like, fun work is how I would say it
Mhm,
because, you don't get to necessarily do everything that you like. Sometimes you just wanna sleep and chill out. You don't necessarily get to do that, like,
mhm,
all the time. You are up late. I like to go to sleep by, like, 11, 12 at the
mhm.
latest.
Yeah.
Go until, like, 4 AM, 3 AM, if you're lucky. So, and then you're up at, like, 9 AM.
Uh-huh. So
So
how do you compare Bachelor in Paradise to, like, Love Island or F-Boy Island? Like, do you wish that you went on another dating show instead sometimes? Or if you could go on one?
I am glad I went on Paradise. I
Okay.
I wish I went on a different season of Paradise,
Mhm.
just given, like, I think that, like, the previous season, like, that they had was so much more fun too, was so much more free flowing. I don't know. I don't know. we just kind of got some weird seasons. But
Mm.
I will say, compared to like Love Island and all of those other shows, I enjoy Paradise because it's a little like more like classy. I feel like those other shows can get a little bit wild.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
all about the romance.
Exactly, exactly. And I'm not about like the hookups and stuff like
Mhm.
that anymore. At the time though, I was trying to like boom boom town, you know, it was like
Yeah. Is there
so
any happy couples that came from your season of Paradise just to kind of give everyone a refresher? Because I know a lot of people did break up,
I wanna say everyone
has
broke
broken
up.
up.
Every
Everyone from your season was season 8.
Yeah, everybody didn't I don't think anybody made it. Everybody broke up.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how successful our season
But
was.
same with season 9, this previous season, everyone broke up too.
Did they? I didn't watch that, I didn't watch it.
You didn't
But
watch
they
it?
did, damn. See, that's sad, that's really sad. I think that I don't know, I think that I don't know, do you think it's the show or do you think it's today's culture?
I don't know, I think sometimes it just happens.
That's true too, like, you get just shitty
Yeah.
cards
As
dealt.
long as, like, there's good TV and I'm entertained and, like, I enjoy the show and the journey, then, like, whatever. Like, I can't say I was super invested in a lot of these previous couples to be devastated. I will say from your season, Brandon and Serene hit hard at the time, but life moves on.
That's true. Life moves on. Life does move on, and there's so many people out there, and I truly believe that everything happens for a reason. Like, I
Yeah.
wholeheartedly believe that. So, if people didn't work out, there is a reason why, and there is somebody better for you. There's somebody better for them, for whatever the
Mhm.
reason, because they don't wanna grow or because they do wanna grow. It
For
depends.
sure.
But the point is that, like, it wasn't it, and game over.
Yeah. So, getting back to Joey's season, did you, like, what kinda transferred you back into watching it since you said you didn't watch for a little bit? So why'd you decide to watch this one?
'Cause Joey's cute.
Yeah. So do you wish you went on the season?
Yes, I don't wish I went on the season, I just wish that Joey would have been my bachelor. I know that he wasn't in the franchise yet or, like, wasn't in it
Mhm.
yet, but, I do think Joey's very handsome, and he just seems, like, well put together, and so I would say that, like, that's a bachelor. Like, that's a bachelor. He's cute, he's handsome, look at him, and my weakness is, like, green eyes. Greenish, like eyes and dark hair is
Yeah.
my weakness. And
He's
so that is like obviously him. I mean, look at him. He's beautiful.
he's beautiful. He's so
And
cute.
he likes brown girls. Like he likes the chocolate. Like there are
Mhm.
some guys that are like, yeah, the chocolate, it's whatever. Like I'll taste it, you know? But then
Yeah.
there's people who are like, no, I'm down for the chocolate. Like I want to put a
Mhm.
ring on the chocolate. I want to have some little mixed babies running around. And that's like the energy that Joey gives me
Mhm.
is that kind of energy.
Well,
And
yeah, he came from Charity Season. He was the runner-up on Charity Season of The Bachelorette, and,
so
I mean, I always knew she was gonna pick Dot, and I feel like it was kind of obvious, but, like, her and Joey are, like, still cool and stuff. Did you watch that season?
I watched bits and pieces of it, but it was mostly for Charity's fashion because she had
She
amazing dresses.
did. I know, she's such a doll.
Yeah, whoever was dressing her was killing it because her
Yeah.
fashion was on point, like, every single episode. So it's more
Mhm.
so me keeping up with her gowns, than, like, the men
Yeah.
itself. Um,
Yeah.
but I will say that, like, even on when I was watching her season, though, like, I liked Joey on her season too.
Mhm.
And I was like, "Ooh, girl, if you don't pick him."
He
Like
has to be the bachelor.
yeah, like he is very, very handsome, well put together,
Mhm.
and I like tennis, so we could have been like
I know, I love tennis too, so he's, like, my perfect bachelor too. I've said that before, like, he's my favorite in years, so I can't
see?
wait to see what happens. I'm invested in this season. I kinda wanna know your top 3 favorites from this season, whether they're eliminated or not. Like, who are
Ooh.
the kinda girls that you're vibing with? Who was your A-team draft?
So I would have to say Kelsey. I love Kelsey. She's
Which
so
one?
cute. Um, Black Kelsey.
Kelsey
That
T.
one. Yeah, Kelsey T, is that it? I
Mhm.
love her. She's so cute. At first, I wasn't sure. So at first I was like, I don't know if I really like you or not, you know?
Mhm.
And then
Okay.
as I started to show her more and we got to get to know her more, she is so cute. She is so sweet. She has such a kind heart. Like I love her and she's cute. I love Maria. Like
Mm.
I love her. She's straightforward. She's honest. Like I feel like I would like to be friends with her in real life. Like she
Oh,
just
I love Maria
yeah,
too.
she just seems like she's not only fun to watch, but she's just cool. I just like her.
Yeah.
And then I love Rachel.
Yeah.
I think that she's adorable and just absolutely stunning, and just like she's just absolutely stunning. I just love her. I just love her.
And what do you think of Daisy?
Daisy doesn't really grow on me. Like, I don't think anything bad or negative of her. I just think that like I don't really have like any like pull toward her. Like, there's nothing that grew on me with her personality. I think that she has a very sweet story. Like, I think that she's like beautiful. She's very kind, but like she didn't like stand out to me, you know, or like I wouldn't go out of my way to like track her down or something. I don't know, but she has a great story and she's like amazing. But yeah, I would
smitten by her. Who else did you kind of like, maybe that got eliminated early, like Sydney, one of the sisters, Medina?
Oh yeah, I will say I did like the twin, not the one that went home first, the one that went home second.
The sister Allison?
Allison, that's it.
Yeah.
I like her. I like her.
Yeah.
She's more real, she's more down to earth. I just like liked her compared I'm glad her sister went home. I'm sorry, but
With the whole cake thing.
I did not like her sister. Like,
I know, but I did feel bad for her on that date.
I didn't. I didn't. But yeah, she was over here just tripping about her sister. It was more of a competition with her sister than it was about getting this man. So
yeah, the younger sister deserved better, but she made it a little bit farther, but it didn't work out. What was your take on the Sydney and Maria 2-on-1 and this whole drama?
Okay.
I want to know the truth.
The truth is that Sydney, that's her name, right? Sydney. Was getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
And I actually had to pause it and stop watching the episode because I was annoyed. Because girl, you are obsessed with this woman and what she is doing. I think you need to focus on your relationship with Joey. You need to focus on building that relationship. Y'all didn't have no chemistry, girl. You straight up, when y'all was at dinner, she's like, yeah, I can see it together. Girl, you lying through your teeth. Because I'm glad Maria was like, you know, I don't know if I can see you with her or with me because of everything that's going on. Like, I don't really know if I can or not. I love her answer. It was honest. It was real. The other chick was just being like, yeah, I can literally like, yeah.
Yeah, she's going to have a lot to answer to at the reunion. You know, luckily she got off early. Otherwise, maybe the villain edit and hate could have really gone a lot further. Like, she did leave after episode 3. So that is kind of different. We've seen villains last until hometowns, and Maria is not a villain, but she is a big personality. What advice would you give to the girls going into the Women Tell All this season in regards to this particular drama?
Real advice?
Yeah.
I would say the realest advice is know your end goal. That's the advice. Are you trying to make a point? Are you trying to go to paradise? Are you trying to just be real and get it all out there on the table? Like, what's your end goal? Are you trying to like look good in the eyes of the producers? Like, what are you trying to do? And then like navigate from there. So for me, like, I really didn't give a F. Like, when I went to like Women Tell All, I had decided I'm not going to paradise. I don't care about paradise. I was like, I don't care about this man. I don't care about this show. I was very like, I don't care about anything at all. But I do care about like, you know, like essentially, like, if y'all like want me to ask something because other people are too afraid to ask it, I'll ask it. That's kind of like my approach. And so I was like, yeah, what are these questions? Like, what are questions that need to be asked that other people are too afraid to ask? And that's kind of like what I got. And that's what I did. And I went ahead and handled those questions and like went from there. But that's how like Women Tell All went for me. Is like, I was so neutral. I just didn't care what the outcome was. I just wanted to like, just honestly like be back with the girls. Like, honestly, like that's what my brain was like. I miss them. I miss my girls. I miss, like, it's kind of nostalgic. Like, it's like summer camp where you absolutely hated it when you were at summer camp because like the bunk beds suck and the food and it's like bugs everywhere and you hate it. But at the same time, it's nostalgic and you missed it. And you're like, I can't wait to go to summer camp again. that's kind of what the feeling is. And so
Mm.
you are like, oh my God, I hated everything. But at the same time, like I wouldn't want to miss it. And so that is, yeah, where I have just like, know your end goal going into Women Tell All, and just know that like edits can be edited any way they want to edit something. So you can be doing the right thing and it can look bad. You can be doing a bad thing and they can make it look good. So just what they want to do with the edit.
Sure.
So
Okay. So this week was the week before hometowns, and there was a lot of heavy conversations with Joey and the other girls. He decided to bring Daisy, Maria, Kelsey A, and Rachel to the final four, which means that Jen went home as well as Kelsey T. So I was just wondering your thoughts about Jen leaving and Kelsey T and why those reasons possibly are.
Jen made sense to me. Compared to the other girls, like I could definitely see that there wasn't as like strong of a connection, so they actually didn't surprise me. What surprised me was Kelsey going home instead of Daisy. I will say that. Just given like Daisy's response of like, yo, I don't know if I even want to take you to meet my family. I know that she was honest, and that's so respectful, but it just seemed like he had a really strong connection with Kelsey, more than Daisy did. But we also don't get to see everything, right? So I'm aware of that. But that shocked me. It did shock me that like she went over at Kelsey, because it seemed like him and Kelsey did have this like really strong connection. But I also kind of see the whole like family thing with Kelsey maybe being like turbulent and an issue itself, like going to hometowns, her dad not knowing about the show and everything like that.
I don't think her dad would have like filmed. Like maybe they could have met someone else important in her life or seen her life in California.
Exactly. Like I think that it would have been a harder hometown situation.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I mean, that's what happens at home, like the week before hometowns. You have to have those hard conversations and see if like it can fit. And I feel like with Jen, what did you think of her kissing Joey during his interview? Cute or too much?
I'm trying to think because I honestly don't remember that. Is that the part that when Maria saw it?
That's what initially takes. Maria was already spiraling, but that was what initially like really threw her over the edge. That's
the one. That's the kiss that Maria saw.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, I don't think it's too much. I mean, it's like you're there for a guy, you're there for that reason. So if she felt she wanted to kiss him, he kissed her back. Okay. So you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's too much, but I do get what Maria was saying about like, she's like, that's my man, like, and they're kissing my man. I get what you're saying, but at the same time, honey, you're not his woman yet. Like they're all
100%.
Yeah, y'all are all his woman. So that might be your man, but she ain't his woman yet. So you signed up for a polygamy relationship. And that's kind of what's going on right now. And so you kind of just have to deal with it until it gets to that other stage. And it's hard and it sucks. But like, you kind of have to like let that person work through it, especially if these are the last girls he'll ever date or kiss until like for the rest of his life, because he plans on marrying, you. So it makes sense. Because she also doesn't have to kiss him. She can be like, okay, yeah, I don't want to kiss you. Like she did. She ended up kissing him anyway. But it's like, I don't want to kiss you and I'm not going to kiss you. Like that's something like that's a boundary that you can put up.
But she didn't. She just said it and then she kissed him anyway, which was just like flirt fighting. It was funny. It was cute. But like she did have like a whole meltdown where she almost left the show because of how upset she was. And like, I totally agree with you. I made the same points on my like previous podcast. I was like, listen, like she knows that it's The Bachelor. This is the last group date. Like just sit through it because Rachel's on this date. Kelsey T is on this date and they're not complaining. I'm sorry. Like you just had a 1-on-1 and then you had a 2-on-1 where you had extra time. Like she's gotten group date roses. Like Maria has always been the center of attention. So it's just like, I love her. I stan, but like, come on, like.
It's the whole preface of the show. Like it's all part of the show. I will say though, there's a clapback she could have had where what did Joey say? Joey's basically like, this is a show. This is what it is, if you really are here for me and, your feelings are as strong as they are for me, like you wouldn't even think about going home. I would have been like, if your feelings are as strong for me as they are, then you wouldn't be kissing other girls. So like
but like he has to. he has to go through with the process. He has to like go through with the show. He has to go to 4 hometowns. His hands are tied. Give him a break.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's true, but he can still do pecs. He can do little forehead kisses.
And he's not leading girls on. I mean, we haven't seen what happens at the end, but there has been previous bachelors. You may be familiar. I don't know, but like other bachelors have kind of led some girls on, and it seems like he is, you know, like being a straight shooter. He hasn't done anything wrong yet. Like he might get out of this like still Prince Charming, which he is to a lot of us.
Yes, but you know, there's hometowns, and then there's what those like nights together.
Fantasy
You know,
suites.
fantasy suite. So there, I mean, there's still a lot to go down. And I'm
Mm.
not gonna lie, I don't care what happened. If you hooked up with a girl before asking to marry me, I don't care what the reason is. I don't care. No. No. That's exactly what I would say. I would say, hell no.
Okay. But like even like the makeouts, like we're not even at the fantasy suite conversation yet.
Makeouts are okay. Makeouts are fine. That's okay. But if you with a girl before you ask a day or two before you're like, Sierra, will you marry me? I would be like, oh hell no, absolutely not. Like you better like give your body time to detox her germs. Like
Oh my goodness. I mean, listen, like it's totally fair. It's totally valid. It's also the process of the show. Everyone knows what they signed up for. So it's such a double standard. And it's what makes this show still so have a conversation all the time and like why there's always so much pent up aggression. So going into hometowns, I'm curious whose hometown you're most excited to see and who do you think will go home after next week?
ooh, I'm excited to see Rachel's just because she's from Hawaii. I feel like we've never really I don't have we ever had like a Hawaii hometown?
I mean, Joey is from like he lived in Hawaii for a couple years. So there's gonna be that connection.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And I think that'll be a very fun, like colorful, playful, fun hometown. You know, I'm excited to see Maria's family to like discover how she is the way she is, like why she's the way she is. I think that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know why I think Kelsey ain't gonna make it.
Kelsey A.
I think that Rachel wins. I don't know why, but I think that Rachel wins.
Rachel.
Yeah.
Really? I love that you're rooting for her. I just gave her some love today too on my TikTok because a lot of people are surprised that she is in the top 4. Her connection is maybe a little bit behind the other women, but she's also been that one to check on him more than anyone else. Just like reassure him that
Look at the way he
her
looks
feelings
at her.
are valid.
Look at the way he looks at her. Like there's the other women, but look at the way he looks at her. Just like pay very close attention. And there's just like something about it. And then when you look at Rachel, look at her. Like look at that picture with all 4 of the girls up there. Like put that back up there with all 4 of them. The other one with them standing. Go back to the ones where they're like standing all together. Tell me that Rachel don't look like a wife in that picture. Like, wifey. Like that looks like a girl that I can trust. That looks like a girl that ain't gonna cheat. That looks like a girl that ain't gonna leave me. Like that looks like a girl that's like I would have children with her and like have a beautiful life with her. Like I don't know why, just like the other girls are beautiful too, but something about Rachel just gives a very nurturing, motherly, like wife vibe that is just like I would never question her loyalty to me.
Like that's so sweet. I love how hard you're rooting for her.
I'm rooting for her.
But I also feel like this could be a bachelorette campaign from you because Joey might not pick her and she could be the bachelorette as well.
Okay, well then she should be. If Joey doesn't pick her, then she better be the bachelorette because she's absolutely stunning and she just gives that vibe. But if Joey doesn't pick her, he's also dumb. Like Maria will be fine. She's cute. She's hot. She can go find somebody else. It'll be fine. Like, all the other girls, they'll be fine. But like, I mean, Rachel would be fine too. But it's just something about like she's giving wife. Like she's giving wifey. And then what he says he wants, that reassurance, that like knowing, that loyalty, like certainty, like all these things that he's wanting. I'm not gonna lie. With Maria's personality, I think that he would be very insecure in that relationship. Actually, in the real world, I feel like he might have issues. I feel like they might end up getting in fights or having some type of issue, because she is like naturally flirty, naturally fun, outgoing. I think that he would be bored with Kelsey. No, like offense, but I think that I think that he might be bored with Kelsey. And I think that Daisy too. I think that Daisy would like kind of bore him, but I feel like Rachel would make him have this lively energy. Like I feel like Rachel's like the perfect amount of everything for Joey, and that's why I just think that. And then they would have some beautiful babies. Oh my god, I see it. I see it.
Okay. You know, we've had some pretty iconic Rachels in Bachelor Nation history. Rachel Recchia, Rachel Lindsay. Now we have Rachel from Joey's season. I don't know her last name yet, but she's in the top 4. I'm really excited to see her hometown.
Yeah,
So it'll be fun to see him in Hawaii, in Canada, in Minnesota, and in New Orleans, Louisiana.
I know
Um,
that'll be fun.
so I was curious if you got a date card like Leia did in the beginning, where you had an option to steal someone's date. She burns it in the fire. What would you have done? What would you have done in that situation?
That's a really tough one because like I get where she was going with it. Like I don't want to steal a date from someone. That's really hard. I don't think that my brain would think outside the box enough to think that I can throw it away. So I would probably just hold on to it
Yeah.
and like keep it for whenever. Um, and but you don't really know what the date is. That's the thing is like you can steal a date, but you don't know when you're going home, and you
Mhm.
also don't know what the date is. So say you steal a date and it's like bungee jumping or something that I would hate. That would be awful. Or you steal a date, or you just never get to use it because you go home. So I guess like it doesn't really. I would keep it. I would keep it and hold on to it, but I don't know if I'd ever use it. I think it would just be like a mental security thing.
Yeah, and honestly, it could get more pressure throughout the season, and maybe you do need to use it because I felt like Leia could have used it to steal Maria's date if she wanted to be petty after all the drama. So
That's true.
it would
That's
have been
very,
fun
very
to see it come into play, but I feel like, things always get thrown in the fire on Bachelor in Paradise. It's just there's
yes.
always a dramatic moment.
Right, right. There's always, always, always. And so that was a very dramatic, and there's always a dramatic moment before like they actually start traveling, like while they're
Mhm.
in the mansion. So that
Yeah.
was definitely that dramatic moment. And it made a name for her because it's something that never been done before. Um,
Mhm.
so that was good too. I don't know. I don't know. It was just, yeah, I would have kept the card just to keep it though. Just, never know. I wouldn't have burned it. Like,
Yeah. Who is your number 1 pick for the Golden Bachelorette?
oh my gosh, that's a great question. Faith, isn't it Faith?
Faith. Gotta have
Faith.
faith. Ooh.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah.
her because I thought that she was gonna win, but I'm
Mm.
actually kinda glad she didn't because, I think she might be a little too good for him. No offense.
Mhm.
But, you might be old, but you still gonna get the truth. So I think that she's so cool. She rides a motorcycle. She's just honest. She's real. I just think that she would be a phenomenal Bachelorette to watch, and I would be so invested in it.
Mhm.
Another Bachelorette, though, is April. Is April, right?
April, oh my
April cracks
goodness.
me up. Like, she
Yeah.
cracks me up. I know that it's not her just because, like, I just know that it's not. She was on Joey's season with the other girls. So, like, all those women that were on Joey's season, I don't think it's any of those women just because they wouldn't have had them on, I
Mhm.
don't think. But she would be funny to watch.
Mhm.
Like, I probably would die laughing every episode, of her. So, interacting with, like, just different men.
Mhm.
So that's, like, something that I would love to watch her, but I think it's gonna be Faith, and I hope it's Faith. Love
Okay. I love it, I love it. Thank you so much for coming on here and giving me all your hot takes. I love that you're enjoying this season. Where can everybody follow you and keep up with you?
Yes, Sierra Jackzen, Zen, on Instagram, TikTok. I don't really use TikTok, but
Mhm.
and Threads. Threads is where I post all of my
Ooh.
poetry and all of my, just deeper stuff. But all of my modeling and just like up to date life stuff is all going to be on Instagram. And then sometimes you'll catch me being stupid on TikTok. So that's my life.
I love it. Thank you so much. You're the best.
Thank you so much. I love just like chatting with you, Zach, and running into you out and about. It's always fun. What have you been up to?
I know, I saw you at the FY Island party. That was
I,
fun.
I know. It was fun too. That show's fun. I would do that show.
You should've. What did you think of Katie on that show?
Amazing.
I know
I
she
think a lot.
slayed.
I love her. She slayed. She's so beautiful. She's so fun. She's so cute.
Yeah.
Like that's just like, I'm like, you're so cute, Katie.
tmrw stan. Oh my god, I forgot to end recording. We're still going, bitches. Go
Oh,
follow,
we're
like,
so
and subscribe. There's, like, the after show with the tea. Just, like, a little
Yes,
extra tea at the end.
a little extra tea.